Welcome back to College Conversations. I'm Dr. Fedor, and I help you navigate college. Please remember to hit subscribe, like, and share this video with other students who may find this helpful. Today, I have with me Dr. Maureen Mackenzie-Ruppel, professor, executive coach, and life coach, here to talk to you about positive thinking. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much, Janice. It's such a privilege to be able to work with you, as I know that the information that you and I are creating today serves such a valuable audience. And it's an audience that I care greatly about as a person who's committed to higher education. I've served as a dean of the business school, and I've been an academic for 20 years, building on a corporate career of 20 years before that. The work that you do is so meaningful, and I'm so grateful that we have this time to chat and to share.
Thank you so much. So we tell the students to think positively often. So how do you define positive thinking?
A lot of my toolbox when I'm working with my executives is how we think. When we talk about the ability to have positive thinking or positive intelligence, it's really the percentage of thoughts that serve us in a positive path versus the percentage of negative thoughts that do not serve us. And so as leaders, as colleagues, as individuals who serve other audiences, we want to increase the percentage of our positive thinking because it allows us to minimize our saboteurs, to bring our sage focus into the dialogue. And with that sage focus, we bring the gift of knowledge, inspiration, of power, and we're able to move forward with goal accomplishments while minimizing or intercepting those negative saboteurs that derail us and steal the minutes that we have to give to ourselves and to our colleagues.
That sounds very positive and very powerful. So how does one get started?
Part of the work that I do with my colleagues is the idea of bringing them through almost an immersion program. And I build and work with Dr. Shahzad Shameen, who was the author of Positive Intelligence. And his work is built on science. He has done research with executives all over the world. And using factor analysis, he started to understand what are these saboteurs that will derail us. And the number one saboteur is the understanding of the judge. We judge ourselves, we judge others, we judge circumstances. And so the immersion program that I have been offering in both with individuals, especially with senior leaders, but I've also offered them with groups, individuals post-MBA, individuals who are emerging in their career, and also with students, especially in the world of business, that are able to, as developing leaders, to understand that the mindfulness of positive thinking serves them. So that how we get started is this idea of first self-command, because positive intelligence is built on 3 pillars of self-command: recognizing our saboteurs and the saboteurs of others, and being able to intercept those saboteurs, and then working with our sage powers of the gifts of knowledge, inspiration, and knowing that we can explore, innovate, navigate, and empathy into any problem-solving situation. So does that help begin the
Yes, it does.
story?
And
Okay,
this
great.
is something that can help students the rest of their lives. Can you share with me anything that you do personally or how this has personally transformed your life?
So my morning practice is to have an intention that deals with some facet of positive intelligence. The idea of what we call positive quotient is almost like IQ, EQ, right? PQ. Yeah. And so the positive quotient is, again, that percentage. Am I dealing with 75, which is the goal? 75% of my thoughts are in a positive pathway versus the 25% that are negative, and constantly moving forward. So what I do every morning is I start with that mindfulness practice. And the idea of the positive quotient is to have either tactile listening, to remove the chatter in my mind. And with that, it becomes a practice. And then throughout the day, I will build into my day these positive intelligent tactics of just stopping for 2 minutes and listening to the furthest sound, 2 minutes to feel the sensation of the fingertips, to get rid of the chatter in my mind. And as time goes on, it becomes easier and easier to build that practice so that when there is something that happens, because they all, right? Somebody says something negative, all of a sudden there's a deadline, that get from where we are with that bit of a little crisis back to positive with much more speed. And that's really resilience, right? The ability to get back to positive quickly. So it has changed my life because I'm able to serve my students, my faculty, my colleagues with a level of ease and flow, and it's contagious. That's a big component, is saboteurs are contagious as well as sage. If you feel in somebody who's got a saboteur of all of a sudden they're trying to control the situation, it will trigger your saboteurs.
Right.
So it's the ability to intercept that, calm it down, and bring forward the sage. And that has literally allowed me to have a long peace and ease with everything that I do.
How can students best get started with this? What do you recommend for students?
So with students, we have a lot of hyperachiever saboteurs, right? Because they are constantly being told by their parents who've made an investment in them that you have to get an A, you have to get an internship, you have to. So this ability to understand themselves, what are the saboteurs that are at work here, and recognize that the first thing a student needs to do is bring that mindfulness practice to them, so that as they are considering the work they do, the project, the homework, the expectations of their professors, that they bring a level of calm to it. Every morning to be able to recognize, okay, what's going on in my mind? You doing PQ reps, whether it's simply feeling the tactile, feeling the fingertips, even for 2 minutes, and bringing that calm into their day. And then with their sage, what is their plan? What do I need to accomplish today? Where is my calendar look? Where are the derailing aspects of the day? And getting in front of that. So that's where students, if they can build this mindfulness practice now, whether they're 17, 18, or even at the graduate level, these practices will serve them a lifetime.
I agree. And thanks so much for sharing your wisdom about positive thinking with us today. For more detailed help on navigating college, please check out my Udemy course, College 101, How College Works, where I go into even greater detail on how to go through your bachelor's degree efficiently and effectively. Thanks again, Dr. Mackenzie-Ruppel. And students, remember to keep learning.